Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are we all doing today? If you are new in this channel, please subscribe, like the video, share it, comment, tell me where you're watching from, and if this is the first time you are coming across this channel, like I said, subscribe, turn the bell notification on so that whenever I upload a video or comes live, you will be the first to notify that the video is there and I'm alive. So it is always good for you to do that if you can. So in this video, we are about to, share some of the information. I will bring to you some of the information that I have, and I expect you also to like the video as well. If you are watching on Facebook, please follow me on Facebook, like the video, comment, share. Tell me, share it to many groups. Tell me what you think about what we are going to discuss so far. So we are not going to waste much time. Let me start immediately. Weeks ago or a few days ago, we heard about an Igbo man in Abuja that FCT minister being Wike, made a comment and asked why do they give such land to an Igbo man that land is big. And the man is one of the real estate agent or manager in those real estate companies in Abuja. So he owned some estate there, and this man rather, being Wike, went there and was not happy that an Igbo man owned such a property. So what did he do? He decided to demolish the property just because the person is an Igbo man. So there is a lot of comments. Some people have reacted to that, and the news is everywhere. Now I don't know. I don't really understand what is problem between him and Dave Omai, who happened to be Minister of Transportation at moment. So Omai makes some comments and challenge him, and I would like to bring it to you.
You heard him in a channel, boasting that is behind a main man that depends on the breath of God. I pity illiteracy. Say shame. You are boasting to remove another governor. What qualifies you? Just because you are packing money that is public fund, not intellectual material, but just packing money from public funds, and you are boasting about it. Otherwise, whom were you? I became a billionaire at the age of 25. I've worked all my life, and I've asked him to come for public debate. I do not commission 3.4 kilometer road. I commission 35 kilometer roads. I commission twin flyovers running to 1 kilometer. I commission mega projects with little resources. So if he says he has done well and there is Mr. this or that, let him come.
Okay, that is Omai there. That is Omai, what he said. You have heard him. And some people are not happy with Wike. Whenever he make comments, it looks like he's talking from both sides of his mouth. He don't really actually understand what he wants. So like in this video, you can see what they said here. When the current Minister of Works, David Omai, challenged the current Minister of FCT, less a week to media chat, said the former River State Governor is not an intellectual material. Which you can say that, because I don't think if he is, he wouldn't be talking from both sides of his mouth. So we also know the condition of Igbo people in Nigeria. Not only Igbos, and some other Nigerians also, some people who believe in Nigeria. Some of them are being a victim of the country. They are being victimized in one way or another. Like what this man have to say. I will play this video for you, so you understand what some people are going through in Nigeria. Just hear this story. Just listen. Let me play this video for you. So tell me what you think about this.
Hello, good morning. My name is Nonson Gonadi. I'm a lawyer. I'm based in Lagos. Please, there's something I want to bring to the attention of the general public. And please, if you get this video and it means anything to you, please help me to share it until it gets to the attention of those who have the power of discipline over the commandant of the Navy Reference Hospital in Ojo. All right, a 14-year-old boy whom I've known for some time. I know the family. Last week, this boy was attacked by another young boy at the place where he was doing business for his mother. And this boy that attacked him stabbed him with a screwdriver on the head. And the thing pierced through the skull and get into the brain. and this boy has been bleeding in the brain, and he was taken to this Ojo Navy military reference hospital in Ojo, Lagos State, and they did scan and advised that the boy needed urgent surgery, and the boy is like dying every day. His health is depreciating. He's going down daily. And then they told the mother that this surgery will cost 3.5 million. She doesn't have the money. She's running around trying to raise this money, and we got involved as well, running around trying to get this money, and they kept piling up pressure. They now, after a day or two, they advised the mother that they could refer her to Luth. That Luth is cheaper. And the woman opted for that referral and said, please refer us to Luth. Then they demurred. They turned again and refused to refer this woman. It is the right of any patient to ask to be referred. When a patient demands to be referred, there's a procedure, there's a form you have to give that patient to fill. Discharged against medical advice. They refuse to do this. Why? Because of the commission they hope to get when this surgery is performed in their facility, because the surgery cannot be performed by any doctor there. They do not have the local manpower. They do not have the people, the surgeons that will do this surgery. No, they will have to import them from Luth or from anywhere. But you know what? Just so that they could get this mother to bring this money and do the surgery in their facility, a doctor they brought yesterday went to the boy in the absence of an adult. The boy is a minor. In the absence of the mother, in the absence of a guardian, and the so-called doctor went to tell the boy, you are going to die. You are going to die unless this surgery is done. Where is this done in a civilized society? Where is this done? A minor, in the absence of his mother, in the absence of an adult guardian. A so-called doctor went to tell the child that he would die. What they intended to achieve by that was to scare the boy enough. The boy is hanging on to life. He's just hanging, barely hanging. What they hope to achieve is to put pressure on the threat, to scare the boy enough so that the boy can go and put pressure on the mother to do whatever she could to raise the money. While they are still doing that, this got to us and we got involved. My wife and I. My wife is a medical doctor. Now, we went there this morning, very early this morning, around 6:17. We were already there this morning, and we were accosted by one man who introduced himself as Lieutenant. I didn't get his name. He was so rude to even introduce himself because he saw me dressed like a lawyer because I was on my way to court. All right, my wife was dressed like a doctor because she also was on her way to work. We decided to get there first before going to work. I don't know if he was intimidated by our presence, but he started to threaten us, started to tell us there's a procedure. We say, sir, we are sorry if we breached any procedure. These people are our relatives. We just came to see them. We have not spoken to anybody. We just met a doctor and we were making inquiries from the doctor. Then he accosted us because he saw me dressed like a lawyer. He said, this is a military hospital. I am Lieutenant this person. You don't have to come here. Excuse me. The way he was so condescending, so rude. He's such a terrible human being. He did not care about the life of this boy. What he cared about was his position. To intimidate us, to put it in our faces, to let us know that he's the one who is the Alpha and Omega, the one who can kill and make alive. We say, sir, please, what we want, we came for this small boy. We want this boy to be discharged this morning. He needs an urgent surgery so that we can take him to Luth to get the surgery he needs, so that to see if this boy if his life could be saved. But this man would have none of it. He even had to call I kept on approaching him. He walked away from us to make a phone call. I approached him again. You will wonder. You could expect such a behavior from ratings, from small boys, not somebody who calls himself a senior military officer. He even had to call guards to come and remove us. I said, sir, what have we done? We're only making inquiries about this boy and asking questions. Why do you want to take us out? So please, as I speak to you, my wife is still there, trying to persuade these people to release this boy. Reference is something, the fact that it's something even a house officer can write. But why they do not want to write it is because they are interested in the money they will make if this surgery is done in their facility. Please share this video. The commandant, if the Navy hospital has, the person they have there as a commandant is a disappointment. He is not fit and proper to be in any health institution. He is not fit and proper. Please share this video if it gets to you. Why would Navy Hospital not release this? This is what people go through in Nigeria when they have no one to speak for them.
Okay, guys, the picture that you're seeing here, this video that you're watching at the moment, is a man called King Wiwa, and this man is from Ogoniland. He was busy asking for the freedom of his people, not outright independence, not like we are asking for Biafra, not like we are asking for total independence of Biafra at the moment. No, what he was asking for is betterment of the life of Ogoni people where he come from, because their community or his town is considered to be one of the key oil uh, place or oil region in Nigeria, even as of today. And the Ogoni people, they're not able to farm, they're not able to fish or anything, because the land, their water everywhere is being polluted because of oil. And the government that are making and sucking the oil from their land are not doing anything to better their lives. So this man was the kind of their spokesperson, well, kind of asking for betterment of his people. But what did Nigerian government do? They decided to take his life by hanging. This man was, they destroyed him, during the regime of Sani Abacha, military regime. And it's not that what he was asking for is bad, or that he have committed any offense for asking for betterment of his people. No, but the problem is that he was asking that wrongly. I'm not saying that government. I'm not trying to validate the Nigerian government on what they did. No, what I'm trying to say is that he should have gone the way that Masano Kano have chosen, by asking for total independence of Biafran. At least to recognize where you come from. Ogoni people are Biafrans. You understand what I'm saying? But he don't care because of the same animosity, the same problem that most of them from South have against Igbo people, which I may have a time to do a program, separate program for that, because I was told something that are hidden about these people from River State, although all these surrounding region of in Riverline area, like Ogoni people, for example, people from River State or Krika, people from Amo, in Delta State, people from just name them. Those people that I often say that they are not Igbo, but their name, they have Igbo name, they have Igbo culture and everything. Those regions, those parts, I was told a story about them, but I may have time to do that program. But it's a very sensitive issue. That's why some people are shying away from that. But whatever it may be, we may touch it in the future. But for now, I want you to understand that had it been that this man, devote his time to work with other Biafrans, it would have been better. They may not have hanged him, or they may have done that because it was in a military era, and that the Nigerian was in a military era does not mean that you can hang anybody or buy anybody. That's not how it is. But today, nobody is sick. Nobody asks for justice on what they have done to this man. Nobody cares about it. Now I will play this video. I like the video to roll because you will hear him. You hear how he talk. Okay, I believe you will know the kind of person that he was. Let's listen to him. Okay, you have heard what he said. I am not going to say much about it anymore. You have heard what he said. You can read the kind of person he is by his tone of words and the choice of words that he used while talking. This is just a very few short video about him, but I would like us to understand that some of us today are like this man. People who don't really appreciate the fact that total freedom of Biafran is the only thing that will give you hope. Like, that is what you need. That is how you can sustain your family and your life. Because in Biafra you will have what is called confederation, where you maintain your land, where you have everything in your control. Your security, everything comes from you. Okay, whatever that comes from your land, you use it to develop your land. That's confederation, and that will be the best way to, whether you are minority, your majority, or whatever you think your size may be, you will have your destiny in your hand.
Even in Britain, which has run as a monarchy for all these years, the Scots have their own ministerial system. They have ministers running Scottish affairs. You have a minister for Welsh affairs. And we are here wanting to deal with 253 ethnic groups, or slightly less. And we want to promote only 3 of them, or 4 of them, as the case may be. So you will find in all the ideas that are being put forward now, we want 6 federations, we want 8 federations. What are they saying? Allow the Hausa, the Yoruba, the Igbo to have 1 federation each. Then corral all the other minorities into certain federations. But in a true federation, all ethnic groups are equal, irrespective of size. If you talk of democracy, democracy is about that equality. And if you don't practice it, you are not a Democrat. So, my advice, if we want to keep this country together, we must not accept simplistic solutions. This is a very complex country. If you look at what I want as an Ogoni carefully, if you look at what the Shekiri wants carefully, if you look at what the Hausa want carefully, we may be able to save the situation. But if you take simplistic solutions, we are running into a lot of trouble. That is why the regions failed before. And 3 regions failed, 4 regions failed, now people are talking of 6 regions. 20 years after that failure, I submit that it is wrong. I have an idea what we can do. We must seek a formula. Besides, the United Nations itself has been working very seriously over the last 15 years on the question of minorities and of indigenous peoples. There are indigenous peoples in Nigeria. Yesterday I was sitting near a young man. He's a Kanuri, but he's settled in Lafia. I have a very fine friend from Lafia, Alaji Maidonoma. Very, very fine man. But he's a Kanuri. But he's Turaki of Lafia. Lafia belongs to the Ninzam people. What are the Ninzam people supposed to do? Are they supposed to like it? The same situation applies in Bauchi, where a lot of peoples are under the arm.
Okay, this news is what Sarah reporter have to say about the what happened between Nigerian army and the terrorist group. So people also, have different view about the activities of Nigerian army. Because some of us believe that they are collude, they are working together with terrorists, and that is what it is at the moment. Many people believe that, and that's what it is, to be honest, because there's no way you hardly differentiate the activities of Nigerian army and terrorists. So now the Sahara reporter have this news. They said fresh tragedy hits Nigerian army as terrorists by Lieutenant Colonel and 6 soldiers in ambush. But here, I believe this happened in the north, because Sarah reporter did not mention where this happened. Of course, it should be north, because if it happened in other places, like in the southeast especially, or somewhere in Riverland area, or maybe even in Oduduwa land, they would have gone there with armor tank and fighter jet to bomb the communities and other. But how do you see that kind of thing in north? Because they have protection from government. They are the one in government. Just like a few days ago, the news have it that some soldiers that are facing border case somewhere in Enugu, in 82 Div in Enugu, that's in Army Barrack in Enugu State, that they are facing, some soldiers are facing murder case there, especially from those from the north and some few from the south. And the news said that those soldiers from the north that are facing murder case have been released and integrated back to service, which means they have joined the military barrack. They start work. They have not expelled them or sanctioned them or anything. No, they have gone back to work. They reintegrate them back and wipe away the murder case. But whereas other soldiers from the south that are facing the same charges are still in their custody, of course they will murder them for just being from different part of the country. That's the country that we have. That's the country that the justice that comes from Nigeria at the moment. Just like the way they are holding Mazin Namadikan for no just reason. I'm not going to waste much time on that. The picture you are seeing here is the news itself from Sada reporters. So tell me what they think about it. Okay, guys, the video you are watching here is a man called Landmark. That's the name of his business. He's an Igbo man who owned this property in Lagos State, and he invested millions of dollars on that. And trust Nigerian government on the way how they deal with Igbo businessmen and Igbo people in general. They have come after his property, And this our brother, that I'll play his video now. You hear what he have to say about this. He just gave a short details, not just short, but it's a short video to compare the information that video content. But I will allow the video to roll so that you understand what he said and the reason why he gave the advice he gave in this video. The advice he gave to this landmark, the owner of this business in Lagos, is very important. And you that have other businesses, you can learn from that. You can learn from that. Let's go there.
Take a look at this video. This video you are seeing, like this beachfront you are seeing like this, is in Ebonyi State. It is actually at Afikpo in Ebonyi State, and there is also a report that Imo State has something similar at Oguta. Now, this is exactly what we are talking about. You all know this man they call Landmark. Yesterday I made a post about him that government want to bring down his beach resort in Lagos at the Victoria Island. Now, what is the problem here? That beach resort, according to Landmark, he said he's an Igbo man. His name is Onwanibe. He said he built that beach resort with over 200 million US dollars, which is close to 300 billion naira. He built it and he bought the land in 2007. Now they say they want to build coastal road, the one that they said is 5 lane and then a rail line by the middle. That coastal road is connecting Lagos to Calabar. It is also a very, very important project. But guess what? Initially, before 2007, when Landmark bought this land, it is said that West Africa had a plan to build a coastal road, West Africa, that will run also across the same axis. But guess what? The original design, according to West Africa, was that, look at this image here. You are seeing a yellow line and you are seeing a green line. That yellow line is where Lagos, where federal government want to run this coastal road now. The yellow line. Now, look at the green line. That green line is where West African plan to run their own road across. By so doing, they will preserve that beachfront. They will not damage it. But guess what? They are no longer. Their own did no longer later succeed. So now, federal government of Nigeria want to build the same road for their own self, only within Nigeria, connecting Lagos to Calabar. And instead of passing the road through the green place where the original design is supposed to be, they want to run it through the yellow line. By so doing, bringing down the Landmark Beach Resort. Now, guess what? This Landmark is employing over 4,000 people directly, and then 12,000 people indirectly. That's 16,000 people. Their livelihood depends on this particular infrastructure. So a lot of people are like, what do they want to do? So Landmark released a statement saying that they are negotiating with government to please shift this your road back to the original design. By so doing, you will only shift the road by just 1.5 kilometers because the total road is 700 kilometers. So please just shift it for this 1.5 kilometers. After all, it is reasonable. By so doing, you will preserve this business, preserve the beach front, which we should not tamper with because we have only a few, and also preserve the 16,000 jobs, and also preserve over 200 billion naira in tax revenue for Lagos State. Why not just shift it by this 1.5 kilometers? This is exactly what Landmark is discussing with Lagos State government and the federal government of Nigeria presently as I'm talking to you. And guess what? Why I introduced the beach, why I'm showing you this video of the beach front in Ebonyi State is that somebody like Landmark, who is into this tourism and all of that, should equally look for a way to also diversify, that is spread your coast. You can also invest in Imo State and also invest in Ebonyi State. Who told you that if you build a beach in Ebonyi State, that people in Enugu and Anambra will not visit? Excuse me. And who told you that if you build a beach resort in Imo State, that people in Imo State, Abia State, and Anambra State cannot also visit? Guess what? Most of the people in the East actually come to Lagos during Christmas. I have a very good friend of mine who is in Abia State. He brought his children to the beach, to this same Landmark beach resort in Lagos during this same Christmas. Why? Because there is no such thing in the East. So why not diversify by investing also in this area? And I'm also calling on somebody like Bitcoin Chief and other billionaires from the East to look into these kind of areas. You can build a beach resort here. It will cost you less. It won't cost you up to $200 million. It will cost you less. And you can even reach a compromise with the state government. They can even give you this land for free. All you can do is just remitting tax to them. Most of these states need money. So landmark should equally look at establishing something similar in the east and get a very good deal with this state governor. And guess what? The southeast will patronize it, because in the southeast, I think they have a population of over 70 million. And these are the people that always travel back home during Christmas. So imagine you have something like this for them, with a guarantee, security and everything, electricity. And who told you will not make sales? Who told you? Even out of seasons, you will still be making sales, because hotels are selling massively in Imo State, selling massively in Enugu State. So definitely, these people who patronize these hotels are people who want to enjoy their life. Imo State is known as the Las Vegas of Africa. So stop? Let me not say too much. I'm not saying landmark should close landmark Lagos. I'm only saying he should also invest in the southeast. It will make a lot of sense, you know. And I'm also pleading with the government to please consider landmark's negotiation, consider his plea to shift this road. After all, we all remember that Ijora, when they said the federal government during Go1 wanted to bring down 7up, it was 7up that pleaded that don't worry, don't bring down my company, let me build bridge for you. If you go to other countries, road and bridges go through houses to preserve business and preserve properties. You know, we have not gotten to that, but please, this one is reasonable enough to consider. You understand? So I'm pleading with the government to consider landmark's own plea. It is very important to reserve 16,000 jobs. It's very important.
As you can see here, this is the sample that I'm talking about, and this is PM posted it. You can see. So let's expand it more so that you can see it very well. You know, PM said, copy after Biafran Republic government in exile launched digital national identity card, the terrorist government of Nigeria for the past 100 years now remember national identity card that will be linked to bank account. Biafran should disregard anything ID card Nigeria is offering. Our liberation and declaration is fast approaching. Here you can see the news. Nigerian government to launch new national identity card linked to bank accounts. Sahara reporter shared this, and this is the sample of what they gave. You can see this. So if they are not copy, why are they not doing it? I know when they see the platform of different referendum, they were shocked, because that is what PM offered to Biafrans, which is still amazed to many people, including some of us Biafrans, the way he achieved it in a short while. Something that most countries in Africa don't even have a clue on how to go about it. That's why they're carrying ballot balls, making everything analog, bringing everything into analog, while we are in digital age. Computer age is digital age, and people want to live in both sides. The only people that does that is from Africa. They want to be analog, they want to, at the same time, want to maintain digital. It doesn't work that way. You have to follow one lane. You have to follow one lane and learn how to move your country forward. So this is the news that PM have, and it is very, very interesting that he is able to identify the goal of these people, and he knows very, very well that the goal is to disrupt the declaration of Biafra coming this year, as the Finland Convention is loaded. Everybody is happy about that. We saw what happened last year, and I believe this year will be more glorious. So that is the news I have for you at the moment. Okay, guys, I have this information that I saw this video. I decided to bring it for you. It is very, very funny, and not only that it's funny, it makes a whole lot of sense to to educate our people on what we are talking about and what Nigeria stands for, what Nigeria represents. Imagine a country whereby NEPA people, power supply company, power company decided to cut off people's light, and when there is no light, you don't have light, everywhere is in dark, and they're working to cut off the cable, which doesn't have any current. Now listen to what people that were there, what I have to say.
Yes. NEPA people can't disconnect lights. But lights no day. They are stranded. My brother, this is the country we are. Even the NEPA officials, they are stranded, standing at the pole. My brother, tell me, in this country, what are they disconnecting? Is it light? Abi, is it darkness? Okay, good. The NEPA official is calling their headquarters to please give us light so they can disconnect light. What a country. It is well.
Okay, that is it.
Yes.
How many of us remember? How many of us remembered when Massimo Ghana said that Britain will face a serious threat from Arab world, from Muslim, because of the activities, they have committed, what they have committed against Biafrans. How many of us remember that? That was his comment in the past. And what we are seeing here will shock you. This is in London, in UK, and this is a community filled up with Muslims in UK, and they are here converting Christians. And from the write up here, the person that posted it said that it's young guys from Catholic are the one converting speedily to join Islam. And by the time they groom these young guys, when once these guys become men, they start dragging, every facilities in the UK. Look at it. Any sensible country. Look at them. Look at them.
Bear witness.
I bear witness. Last messenger.
Bear witness.
I bear witness.
That there is no God.
There is no God
Worthy of worship.
worthy of worship
Except Allah.
except Allah.
And that Muhammad
That Muhammad
is his final
is his final
and last messenger.
and last messenger.
Now, it will interest you. It will interest you what gives people joy is because they know, like they have been told, that Europe will be run over by terrorists in nearest future. It's going to happen, and it will be shock to many people who feel that there's no threat today, because when this threat or when this attack gets to other people, they see it as it is happening there, not on us. So, like some of us are doing it even in Nigeria today. When you see people being decimated in other parts of Nigeria, you think that it's not going to get to you. The time will tell, because these people know how to maneuver. Go and read the history of how Turkey become Arab, become Muslim today. Go and read it, then you will understand what's happening. Anyway, we are not here to talk about a religious war or anything, but I'm not even here to encourage any violence. This channel is against anything violence. But what I'm trying to say is that we need to be careful. There are some friends that will welcome in your house thinking that you are very generous and you are kind, without knowing that person is trying to study you in and out to know how to get you and destroy you and take over. Just like when you buy a python, a baby python, feeding that baby python, in the name you have a pet. The time will come when that python grow, you become his food. That's how it is. So guys, we are going to draw the curtain close here. Thank you so much for staying with us in this video, and I expect you to like it, comment, and share. Tell me what you think about all we have discussed. Comment and let me know. Subscribe. Follow me on Facebook. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye bye for now.